Breaking news. The Kano State Governor, Abba Yusuf, has raised alarm that some unnamed politicians are plotting to hijack the August 1st protest in a bid to cause mayhem in the state. Yusuf, who spoke on Wednesday, said his government has uncovered moves by some selfish politicians to hide under the guise of protest to unleash havoc, and he noted that he will resist them. He also called on the federal government to quickly reconsider the prices of fuel and electricity, and also to open the borders to allow for the importation of goods into the country. Yusuf urged the government to reduce the cost of essential commodities and services to make life easier for Nigerians. Also, they've uncovered moves by some elements and politicians to purchase red caps and share among stocks to use them during the protest, to loot shop and to kill innocent persons. The governor said his government is planning a price control office in the state to ensure that prices are stabilized and goods are sold at uniform price. He said his administration is all out to make sure that life become meaningful for a common man, adding that the government has returned public suggestion boxes to receive advice directly from the people. Okay, guys, if Governor Abba Yusuf is saying that he has received intel that some unnamed politicians are plotting to, to hijack this protest, he should please ensure that this is resisted. He should ensure that it is resisted. The time has come for the protest. Nigerians have been waiting for this protest. But any attempt by any person to hijack this protest must be resisted. Now that the governor has gotten this intel, he should make do on this intel and ensure that appropriate security agencies are on ground to make sure nobody hijacks this protest. Anybody seen causing any form of violence should be arrested. That is how it ought to be. Because concerned Nigerians who know what they are doing will not turn this protest to a violent one. So the governor should take this as a warning and should not joke around and issue statements based on the intel he has made. He should implement, make sure plans are underway to ensure that all these things do not take place in Kano State. Because if he claims that some persons are trying to undermine this protest and hijack it, then they should make sure that this does not, happen. So my country people, what are your thoughts on this? Nigerians have reacted. All these politicians, since the inception of Boko Haram, they've not uncovered the perpetrator. Only innocent people that protest that they can uncover. Now, who are the government to reduce the cost of things? It seems that they don't know what they are doing. So guys, these are reactions from Nigerians. At this point, I really hope that Governor Yusuf would be very careful, because if he claims that there are some persons that wants to hijack this protest in his state and cause mayhem, then he should know what to do. Security agencies should be put in place. Now, these unnamed politicians, are their identities not identified? Can't they give out their identities? Or unidentified politicians that does not have name? They ought to have names. They should identify these politicians so that they should be called in for questioning. Since they've uncovered this plot by politicians to cause havoc in the state, the government should quickly resist this. The government should quickly resist this. Selfish politicians, according to them, who are hiding under the guise of the protests, should disembark from such acts. They shouldn't involve themselves in such acts, because they will only cause more harm to innocent protesters in the country. They will only cause more harm to innocent protesters in the country. So whatever they are planning, they should please disembark from it. Nigerians are already gearing up against ahead of the protest. And people are preaching against violent protests. Nobody should be involved in any violent protest in Nigeria. And those that involve in violent protests should be resisted. The security agencies can, crimp down such persons and not innocent Nigerians. So Nigerians are not joking. People are hungry, people are angry. Nigerians are coming out today. People are coming out to protest. You can see clearly that even the government, they are feeling threatened by protesters. And I sincerely hope that it doesn't turn violent. I hope that the protest does not turn violent. The day has come that the voices of Nigerians will be heard. For the sake of the future generations, it's time for the people to storm the streets. To storm the streets and say enough is enough. Enough of bad governance in Nigeria. Even in Ghana, people are protesting. It's high time Africans come together and say enough to bad governance in Africa. Enough to bad governance in Nigeria. Everyone has a right to peaceful protest. But some persons might want to use this opportunity and cause mayhem. But I hope that their plans will not succeed. So my country people, the governor has shown his support for the interest, for the protest. Yes, Governor Yusuf of Kano State has backed the protest, the hardship protest, and has also urged protesters to be very peaceful in this protest. It's quite commendable. You know, these are interesting times ahead. We are seeing that some governors are also coming out to, support this protest. It's interesting. I mean, the governor of Benue State is also in support of the people engaging in a peaceful protest. Meanwhile, other governors are shying away from this. They are telling their citizens, their residents not to vote, not to protest. I beg your pardon. That they should not protest, sabotaging the interest of their citizens. So at this point, it is commendable that Governor Abba Yusuf has shown his interest for a peaceful protest, and only a peaceful protest, but not a violent one. So those that are intending on turning this protest into a violent one should think twice before they engage in their plans. I'm dropping here, guys. Kindly share your thoughts on this in the comments section. Thank you.